I feel like a hypocrite. I am now the owner of this, a 60 color pastel pencil set, and that after not too long ago I made a video about how I don't own a full set of anything and that I don't personally need it. There's really not much to explain here. Let's just say that this is sort of an experiment, like what if I had a full set of colors of a certain medium. Also, October is the month of my birthday and I never know what to wish for when my family asks, so there you go. I got the pastel pencils and jumped right in. Tried them out on this portrait that you see me working on in the background right here, which by the way I never finished because at some point the colors got really muddy. I oversaturated the paper with the pastel pencils and I wasn't really feeling like fixing it, honestly. But of course I learned a great deal about how not to use the pencils. Like I learned that you shouldn't apply too much pressure in the first few layers. And also that having a big set of colors is not exactly making the choice of what pencil to use any easier. It's quite the opposite. I mean, if you have more to choose from, it's harder to choose. So yeah, basically that's part of what inspired this video that you're watching right now. Well, anyway, after the failed portrait, I switched over to a somewhat simpler thing, this study of lips that I wanted to look a little bit more cartoonish, I guess, because I wanted to see the vibrancy of the colors really, and I wanted to see what they can do that way. So that's the second thing that I worked on. And then I was like, okay, this is pretty overwhelming. I don't really know how to work with these pencils yet. And then I stumbled across a video by Dave Porter on YouTube. Is it Dave Porter or Dave Porters? Dave? Well, let's just say Dave. So I stumbled across several of his videos actually, and he basically mixes skin colors with pastel pencils by layering primers and secondaries. And I thought that was super interesting and something that I definitely wanted to give a go. So that's why I came up with this video idea about comparing mixing skin colors with primaries and secondaries compared to choosing the right colors for skin tones from the full set, so to speak. So more of like the earthy colors, you know, more of the beiges and light pinks. The reference photo that I took was of a pale person, so yeah, those colors. And I just wanted to see like how to layer the pastel pencils better, how to handle them. And then honestly, if I could get to sort of the same result by using very different sets of colors, and you know, how far I could get with that. And also if I could learn anything else really. So that's where this came from. So I started out with the earthy colors, and then for the second attempt I did the same nose with primaries and secondaries and white and some grays. And what I can say is I think I learned a thing or two about how to work with the pencils a little bit better when you layer them, how to blend them properly, and yeah, to how to manipulate colors, which is also something that I'm not super, you know, good at yet. I still feel very much trapped in the world of grayscale values. So for me, color is still a little intimidating in some ways, but I find it really interesting to learn more about color theory. So, I mean, that's one of the cool things about diving into that. I will say that I'm pretty happy with the results because I felt like I got similar enough results with both sets. I feel like I got a pretty good grasp on what to do. I mean, they're not completely identical. One of the noses is also a little bit lighter than the other, and I can see the mistakes, so to speak. Like the primary color nose is a little too greenish. It's a little closer to the reference photo though, whereas the other looks a little bit more harmonious to me because I was basically using, you know, one color to get everything done. And then but I mean, I was still layering, so I can't even say that it was like a complete attempt to not layer anything or to just stick to one color and then just use black and white or something like that to get the shades and the highlights in. That's not really what I did either. So I guess both noses had a fair chance of looking okay, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're watching me work on this is no tutorial whatsoever. If you really want to know how to layer primaries and secondaries to get good colors, watch Dave Porter's channel and, learn from there. I was not even trying to copy what he's doing per se. It was just more of he sparked the idea and I wanted to try out how far I could come. And that's basically all I have to say for this. And I hope, I don't know, maybe it inspired you to try something similar and just play with the color sets that you have and, get like a limited selection of the colors that you have and try to do something with them. Like, I don't want to say that I regret buying the big set. Like, I still want to try out more with like what that offers, really. But definitely I feel more comfortable with smaller sets, and I really don't feel they're necessary. Like, even if you have the perfect color, you still kind of want to layer it a little bit and mix it with other colors to make the drawing or the painting look a little bit more lively. So yeah, I don't really know if you get so much out of having big sets. Like, I haven't really found the key to that yet. Let's just say that. I don't know, that felt pretty rambly. I hope that I didn't bore you out of your mind with my explanations. But I found it really interesting to work on this, and I hope you got something out of this too. Bye!